How now, brown cow? We got a warning. Here we go. Trying to kick off this summer stuff faster and faster. Oh. Wonder what all those sprays are for? Well, now you know. And now you know. Okay. You get a notification? I did. It's always a question mark if you get the notifications. Here we go. You got yours. No, everything's fine. Don't let the air in here now. We want to make sure we have a little breeze going if we get some.
Do you want me to?
No, that's fine right there. No moving. Here we go. Here we go. Don't you know? It's a Monday night instead of Sunday night. We are coming to you from. Here we go. Don't you know? It's a Monday. Coming from the past and into the future. Oh man, we just couldn't do it last night. We were doing the Father's Day of all get outs. We were just hanging out. All right, how we doing out there, guys? Let me know what's going on. Now we got a warning. We're going to tell you guys about this warning, and we're going to tell you how you can meet it, greet it, and defeat it. That's good, isn't it? Meet it, greet it, and defeat it. We're waiting for Stacy here, the star of the show. Oh my goodness, I hope you guys are paying attention. World War III is getting ready to pop off. I am a firm believer that this is fully going full steam ahead. I got a little bit of stuff I can share with you guys if you really want to hear it. We're going to talk about this warning that we got.
Would you like some too?
Not sure this is mine.
I know. Do you want me to put it in ice cream?
No, I'm good. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Hello, everyone.
Stacy, what's that bug flower name again?
What? Bug flower?
I don't even know what that is.
Give me a little more information.
What is that bug flower name again?
Bug flower.
Oh, zinnia?
Yeah,
Does it keep bugs away from your plants?
There's a bunch of, I don't know, there's lots of.
Well, there's only two you probably really check.
Nasturtium, is that what you're talking about? Marigolds.
All right, you guys, we're going to get into it. Here we go. You ready? All right.
I'm not ready.
Here's one thing for sure. Okay, you guys? Serious business. Here's one thing for sure.
Oh.
Right. Stacy has her volume on. That's for sure. Okay? Can you just turn it down?
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
So, one thing for sure is, like, right before we left the city life and we came up here to the country life, you know, on our 11 acres here, there was a family that left actually the St. Louis area, if you will, and they came up here and they wanted to actually become Amish. I heard about this story when we first got up here, and we'll talk about that a little bit too. But they wanted to become Amish, and they were doing their thing, and you know, they tried to come up here, and the guy was an electrician, and his wife, did they have a kid? Do you remember? I think they had one kid. And they were actually even living with the Amish, okay? So they were doing it. They were all gung-ho. We're going to do this. We're going to convert. You know, did you guys know you could actually convert to become Amish?
It's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, it's very hard. It's kind of like becoming with Judaism. If you ever want to go to Judaism, go ask the rabbi, did you want to become Jewish? Oh, my goodness gracious. So they did the deal. They're there. They're doing it. And here comes summer. And they lasted like the second, maybe the first, but the second heat wave for sure. They just all got together and had a meeting, and they said, you know what? We just can't do it. We just can't do it. And the guy was an HVAC guy. That means he did the air conditioning and heating in town. And they went right back into town and got that air conditioning. So just something for you guys to think about. If you're going to try to live off grid, unless you got a lot of money to throw at it, you're going to live without air conditioning. And that's how we've lived for 15 years now. And we're going to give you guys some hot tips, no pun intended, some hot tips on how to manage this heat that's coming on strong. Because they're going to, okay, I'm not going to say it.
Okay, somebody I just saw it, had asked about how to get rid of wasps. And as a matter of fact, they're really bad this year. This is what you use. I have to refill mine actually.
91%
Wasp filler.
alcohol.
It's 91% alcohol. So you just go to the store. Some of it is like the 70%. You don't want that one. You want the 91%. This is better than anything you'll ever use. You just get a good squirt bottle and you go psh, psh, or just one squirt, and they'll be in mid-flight. They'll just drop right down. This is amazing. You know, if you have it in an area, like we get them in our little windowsills on the outside, like when you walk up the steps. So you just kind of go, psh, and then they just all die. So this is the best way to get rid of wasps.
And it won't harm your children or your air or anything else. So it's good for you.
And just don't get it in your eyes. Yes. So yeah, that works very well.
All right. So that's what we got going on, is a big fat juicy heat warning going all across the whole Midwest, all the way up into the eastern seaboard. I was telling you guys for the last couple of weeks, watch out in Florida, Texas, New Orleans, all those. You're going to get some hurricanes, fact-ola, and they're going to be, like, huge for the record. You know what I mean? Like, this is going to be big-time hurricane season. They've been charging up the atmosphere, charging up the waters, been watching them with the radars, and they're doing it. We're going all in, y'all. This is crazy to even say, but it's true. All right, so how do we beat the heat, Stacy?
Well, first of all, what is the warning?
The warning is it's hot and you're going to die.
There's
You got to stay inside. And I am on record saying that you guys do not want them to cut the grid in the summertime.
Yeah, that is the one.
You will not
time
like it.
That is, because we heard that when we first moved down here, and we're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. We came straight from air conditioning and all that when we first moved off grid 15 years ago. And we got conditioned very quickly because was it the second summer? Yeah, because we moved in like the end of the year, kind of fall, and then was it that following year? So
Yeah.
we had a drought, and it was like 100 degrees for a whole month with humidity, and it was just terrible. And so it really taxed us. So I knew once we could do that, we could do anything. But with anything else, for us, you kind of look at the positives of it, because it's a great detox.
Big time.
There's all this study and research talking about a sauna and how healthful it is for your body, how it helps your longevity and all that. It does help to detox because your skin is a major detoxifying organ. So for a lot of you guys, it is nice on these horribly hot days, because it was like 100 degrees here today, very humid, to get in the air conditioning to cool off. The animals, my dog even likes it. She wants to go get in the air conditioning and cool off once in a while too. But for us, make sure you're hydrated and, do a lot of these basic things. So what we're going to do is, we'll answer questions, do all, that don't have anything to do with this too. But we're going to kind of talk about some ways that you can get around it, because sometimes, what if your air conditioning goes out? What if they do something? Maybe they have rolling blackouts. What if, who knows what's going to happen, and they shut the power down, and like it is in the middle of summer? What are you guys going to do? Because it is very uncomfortable, and when your house gets hot, there's different tools that you can do to help keep it cool, things that you can do to cool off yourself. Let's say you go someplace, maybe there is a hurricane and all the power's down everywhere. You can't go into air-conditioned building because there isn't one. They may all be down and having no electricity, so like, what can you do? So we're going to talk about some, things like that, and, just yak about whatever we can find. Let's see. Well, what are you drinking, Doug?
Water. Too hot for tea or anything. Water.
Yes.
Water.
Water's the best. That's the one thing is Doug and I
Drink a lot of water.
drink a lot of water, and we drink it at room temperature. Because think about it,
Structured water.
when you drink ice cold water, especially with your meal or just like all the time, your body has to get it to the room temperature. So it's easier absorbed when you drink it at room temperature. The only time that I will drink cold water is when we have these horrid temperatures. It's like 90 degrees in here where we are right now talking to you guys. So when it's really hot like that and I'm constantly sweating. So I really find if I do have a few cubes of ice in my water and I drink, it'll totally cool me off. Like right now I just took a sip because I haven't had any cold water in a while, and since we're sitting still, I took that and it literally just cooled my whole body off. So having cold water makes a huge, huge, huge difference.
That's
in
right,
that.
Deborah. And just like your chickens, you put your feet in the cold water, and that'll help cool you off too. That's what the chickens do too. If you guys make sure in this weather that you guys are keeping your livestock in plenty good, clean, fresh water. That's going to be the key to managing this heat. Clean, fresh water. And the chickens will stand in it and make it muddy and stuff. That's okay. Just swish it out. Get it out of there. Clean, fresh water is good for you, not tap water, and your livestock. So make sure you guys are checking on them regularly. This can get pretty hot. We were in Vegas. It was 114 degrees.
It was really hot, but it's a dry heat.
Tuh. Yeah.
But we live in the humid areas.
Yeah.
Humid
This is
area.
very humid.
And
yeah.
actually, humidity is good for your sinuses. So if you
Yeah.
have these, well, some people have allergies
Yeah,
around
that-
here, but it's good,
double-edged
better for
sword.
your sinuses and asthma.
But just
Yeah.
sweating's really good for you guys. A lot of people do not sweat enough, and that's one way to detox your body.
Okay, Sherry asks, how can I help a large dog, stay cool without AC? So Molly is a big furry bear. She's got a lot of hair on her. And they're pretty smart. They'll go find cool areas. So like if you have a porch or a back deck, underneath it, where they can get, a lot of times they'll dig a little area down into the earth, where it's cool. If you could let them, get outside. So if you're in the house without air conditioning, if you can tie up the dog, make sure they're on grass or something in the shade. That's going to be the best thing for them because the earth is going to stay cool, especially under a shade tree or anything like that. That's probably the best.
And just
place.
let them relax. We're going to have the copper mugs are going to be available shortly. I'm just waiting to hear from the shipping. So hang in there, y'all, and we'll tell you guys what's going on with them. They're going to be top-notch, 100% nice, great quality.
Patty says she tried the alcohol in her wasp and dropped. Did you do the 91% alcohol?
Got to be 90%.
Yeah, because-
yeah, and clothes has a lot to do with battling the heat too, right? If you guys are out there in these polyester blends, and that makes you stink even more, and it doesn't.
And it
you,
does, yeah. You will sweat. I'm just telling you guys, if you can
100%
find
cotton,
very loose cotton, the gauzy
linen.
skirts or pants or just loose things, blue jeans are the worst. Like I'll tell you, I would die if I had to wear a pair of blue jeans here without any air conditioning, literally. So like in this weather, a loose skirt that breathes or very loose baggy pants. And then that way your body can breathe. And it's amazing what a difference you will feel like night and day. Just doing these simple things, and of course if you're going to be out in it, wearing lighter colored clothes, but any of these cool 100% cotton, linens or any of those, like even kind of that gauzy kind of material, which is cotton too, they work so well. So even for a lot of you guys, literally get some of that material. You can get some shirts made out of it. You can there's a lot you can do. Go to the resale shops and find some of these things. And it totally will help. And whatever, try not to wear like much clothes at all. Just keep it really loose and just hang out in the sun and you'll be much cooler.
Yeah, the new neck knife's in, got the little wood handle and everything.
Oh, you didn't show me. It came today. Did it come today? Wow.
Super sexy. Here it is here. Got the extra tight sheath on it.
Wow. MT Knives.
MTKNIVES.net. Best knives I've had yet.
Oh, no, they're great.
So that just kind of stays on your neck. I'm thinking it's to shorten it up just a little bit. I'll leave a link for you guys here in a second. But you got to hurry up with this guy because, he's just a little small family business. And so when they sell out, you know what I mean? And it takes them a while to get all this stuff going again. Oh my gosh. I just
No,
got
you're
this
not gonna
thing.
do
I
it.
know, right?
You want me to do it?
No, my knots are in there. I just kind of hurried up to put it on. And I think it could go up just a little bit maybe.
I think that's where your other one was.
Right there?
Yeah.
Not there?
We'll worry about it.
I don't know. I
later.
gotta look at some old videos.
We'll worry about it later.
Here, I'll leave a link for you guys in case you want to get a knife like that. MTKNIVES.net. Family business made in America. Get it while it's hot. All right.
Oh, Horror Hill says that we live off grid like y'all in Tennessee and it's hot, but it's a good to sweat.
It's hot, baby.
It is.
We're sweating like crazy over here. We got a little fan over here, a little Milwaukee fan with a battery. That thing too, if you can keep a little air circulating on you, it does help.
That is huge. If you are in an area like especially here in the cabin, because it does stay
Did you
cool.
hit the thumbs up?
Did I? Oh, I need to do it, don't I?
Everybody hit that thumbs up now. Yeah, but staying cool, you gotta have a breeze. I like my air stirred.
Yeah, if you're just in the house and it's hot and it's 90 degrees or whatever in the house, and you just have to stand, it's just like it just sticks on you. But if you just got a little fan, and you can get the battery operated fans, which you can put batteries in. A lot of them have rechargeable ones now.
Yep.
As well as we have the old. You want to show it?
Yeah, go ahead. This is just a Milwaukee fan. You guys put your tool battery in, and it works like a dream. I got a couple of them. It's just the battery.
So yeah, these are great. And
Yeah.
the batteries are amazing. And you can get that little charging station that has a bunch of them on there if you have extra batteries. But yeah, we really like this fan. We use it a lot. And this is what we survive in at night when we have to sleep in this. This is really important. That we have it blowing right on
And
us.
staying hydrated, you guys. Please stay hydrated. Do not get if you're feeling your lips dry and stuff, it's too late. Like you're already dehydrated. So make sure you guys are staying hydrated, not with tap water, but just good structured water. Spring water, filtered water, remineralized with some salt, which we're going to talk about right now. Because a lot of you guys, you'll start depleting your body's natural salt. And a lot of people only eat white, dyed, bleached booger salt. They call it the four devils, and it's one of them. The white bleached salt, okay?
It's just table salt.
Yeah, table salt is not good for you. So if you're having that, it's not replacing the minerals in your body. And then when you go to the doctor, they're telling you all this stuff about your high blood pressures and your this and that. And that's a lot of the reason why right there. So get yourself some good salt. We use Redmond real salt. We got a bag of it.
Oh, okay.
We have a link for you guys so you can save money.
I want to show something.
And Stacy's going to show you guys how to make some stuff and something else. But Redmond is the only way to go, yo. It's from Utah. It's an ancient mine. It's a dried up seabed. Never has seen plastic. Some old farmers found it. We've been to the mine. We stand by it. We love it. We eat it. We drink it. We have it. We give it to our animals. They have a Redmond agriculture link as well.
Yeah, like my horses right now, my big thing I just love. It's a big hunk block of salt.
Yeah,
and it's on a rope.
Yeah.
So for your livestock, in the hot weather,
Is your soap
it's
on a
great.
rope?
Yeah, like a soap on a rope. So I hang it up, and my horses love it. So I just went in today because it's been hot over these few days, and they're licked the whole thing almost to the rope, and it's ready to break off. So they love that is my favorite. I love the.
And they self-regulate
on
with
a-
that.
on a
They'll just eat the salt when they need it.
When
The
they do.
horses do. And that's really good to have them out for the horses. And they say not really to have it out in the wintertime, but in the summertime it's really, really good for them. So Redmond is our choice of salt. We got a link for you guys to save you money, and Stacy's
But
going
I
to
want to
talk
show
about a
you
few
what you
things.
can do.
Yeah.
You've heard of all the bad things about Gatorade and all that, and it's
It
so
is bad
easy
things.
to make your own, like electrolyte replacement. So I wanted to show you because in this weather, Doug and I are sweating all day long, and so if you stay hydrated and you just constantly are sipping on stuff, it makes a huge difference. So what I want to do is just show you how simple it is, and you can add things to it if you want, and just kind of do it and use it when you need it, and it tastes good. So you can make as much as you want depending on how many people are in your family. If you just need a jar, you can do a gallon, or you can do. Right now, this is all I had kind of sitting on the table, so I'm just going to do a half gallon. And then you're going to need some lemons. So get some good organic lemons, like I have here. So in this half gallon, I'm going to put 2 lemons, and I'm just going to squeeze the juice. Are you braiding it for everyone?
Doesn't look that amazing. But I bet you probably didn't think I could do it.
Oh, I didn't know you could braid. I didn't know you could braid. I've been married to him for a long time. I didn't know you could braid. How do you
Hold
know how to
on.
braid?
What's my saying?
About your hand at your.
I can do any.
What is your saying?
I can do anything. I bet if you turn that fan off for a second,
Why?
I'm gonna see something. Come on.
I'm
Just
trying to
reach
cut the
over there.
lemons
Click,
up
click.
here.
Just reach over there. Click, click. I can do anything. Man, I have done a lot. I told you guys I am the unusual fellow. See, I think that fan is running interference. See, we try to explain to you guys that everything is electrical. Like, everything is electrical. She's electrical. I'm electrical. That's why we're so electric. But we have this electrical force fields around us, right? Your phone is electric, right? It's emitting this electric pulse. That's why it's becoming part of your body. That's why your kids freak out when you take it away. It is actually being connected to you. But the fan's running right there, and it's just enough electricity probably happening that it was causing waves in the camera.
So do we look better?
So let us know if it does look better. Yes, it was.
Oh, so we're better? Okay, now we're really going to be sweating. So we got to hurry up. Because that's the one thing. We're talking about the heat and all that. You got to keep moving.
Hi, Angie. Good to see you.
Angie?
Yeah, Angie. Kavajarowski.
Oh, hi, Angie.
She's been around long time.
Yeah.
She emails us all the time. Shoji Homestead Homie. Yeah, it's a warm one. So make sure you guys are staying hydrated.
Okay, so as you can see, I'm squirting my lemons in here. And make sure when you are cutting lemons, if you don't know, just if you cut them, don't cut them like right in half and squeeze them. You'll get more juice if you cut them a little smaller. What'd you go do?
I'm just, pacing.
Yes. Right now, we're going to get a beautiful glow in our cheeks. All right, so I did my 2 lemons, I think. Did I get them all? One more.
So we're teaching you guys how to beat the heat. If you just joined in, we're under a big heat advisory all the way from the Midwest all the way to the East Coast.
All right.
Because you guys have been spraying the skies. We've been talking about it for months now. Here we go, baby. Oh, if you don't believe me, listen, check this out. Please tell me, make this make sense. Here, let's play Make This Make Sense.
And then I'll show you what's next in our electrolyte replacement.
Yes. Good job, honey. Make this make sense. Make this make sense.
Downstream, that needs to be watched.
At least we're manipulating it now to help the planet. So
The cloud seeding is booming. They anticipate at least another 200 ground cloud. The cloud seeding is booming. They anticipate at least another 200 ground cloud seeding machines to be put in before next season.
Ginger, this is such a cool concept, but is it too good to be true? I mean, how do we know that the chemicals that they're spraying from the air aren't bad for us or the planet?
The good news is we've been doing this since the 1940s and 50s. Other countries do it, and there have been a lot of research projects that have shown that the silver iodide, for example, is not found. It's negligible once it gets down to ground.
So, again, I don't want to be too skeptical, but is there anything wrong with manipulating nature like this?
I think that's the question we should have asked when we built every single parking lot and every rooftop. We have been manipulating weather with our us for a very long time. I do think that looking at and continuing research on when these programs get bigger, if it will affect people downstream, that needs to be watched.
At least we're manipulating it now to help the planet. So
cloud seeding is...
Come on, you guys. Now, seriously, I asked the question, a serious question. Please leave a reply if you can leave a reply. But it went from, no, that's not happening, you're crazy, to, oh, it's cloud seeding, to now we've been doing it for 40-something years, it's cloud seeding, silver iodide, all these other chemicals. And, now it's all over. I can put up, like, bunches of news stories about cloud seeding and spraying the clouds now. And before it was, we were crazy, it's not happening. So, yeah, there's that.
Okay, so let's finish making our little drink. All right, so now we have our half gallon. I put 2 lemons in there. I squeezed them really well. And then the next wonderful ingredient is some local raw honey. It's filled, it has bee pollen from your area. It could have some propolis in it. It's like a natural anti-inflammatory, as well as honey has over 22, oh my gosh, I got something in my throat. 22 amino acids in it. And that's a lot of amino acids just in the honey, as well as like 27 minerals, 5,000 enzymes. It is loaded and packed with so much goodness. So then you're going to put that in here. And I'm going to probably, in this half gallon, put, oh, he's turning the fan back on. We're like dripping over here. I'm going to to probably put about 2 to 3 tablespoons in here. These are like littler spoons, so. Okay. I'll just stick that in there for now. And then here's there's over 60 trace minerals in the Redmond, unrefined salt. Okay? It's not been bleached. It's just kind of a pretty pink color.
So hold on. Now, while you're doing that, tell them the story on how you battled your altitude sickness on our trip just now.
Oh, yeah. I'm just telling you guys.
I have such good stories.
Yes, he's good. So I am really sensitive to the altitude when you go into it. And so we did a lot of driving. We took our time. We went all through Colorado. We went up, like in Breckenridge, like goes up to 12,000 feet. And, we were up and down going through there in Utah and all the different places. And very sensitive. So we've done this over the years. And what I started doing is bringing the Redmond salt with us. And then when we're driving, we put it on our tongue. I use the coarse salt. So what we did, just driving, I would probably do it every half hour, every few minutes, put a little on our tongue, get a sip of water. We're just driving, put a little on our tongue, keep driving. And we just did that. And I'm telling you.
We drank water after too to chase it down.
Yeah. And then that way we stayed hydrated because we had the minerals to help, and then as well as that. And it totally makes the biggest difference for us. Really, really, really helpful. So, yeah, that was my cure. I used this, and it was just phenomenal. It didn't bother you at all, did it? You didn't have any problems. My problem is a lot of times we're up in the mountains, and I'm walking the dog, and you just walk, and you're like, but it really, really, really made a huge difference when I started doing this. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is in this half gallon, I'm going to probably put about a teaspoon or so. Okay.
The Relight products are great. They use natural
I'll talk about that too.
products. Right, somebody was asking.
Yeah, so when we're done, I'll give you another option.
We'll do a Relight.
Because I'm going to tell you, there's two kinds of people. Some people want to make it themselves. Some people it's easier to buy it. And I know it's busy, and sometimes it's like, I don't want to make it, or I don't have time. Or for a lot of us, you like to do both. So when you run out of the one that you made by scratch, then maybe you could get another one that was made. So the Relight from Redmond has all the trace minerals as well as your big ones like your potassium and your magnesium and things like that. So what I'm going to do is put some filtered water in here. If you have well water, if you have spring water, good filtered water. Don't use the tap water with the chlorine and the fluorine and all that in it. So I'm going to fill this up with water. Keep talking.
Nope. Yeah, you can't drink too much of fermented stuff. You don't want to drink too much. Just a dab will do you. Some people could, get upset stomachs and loose bowels and all kinds of stuff.
Are you talking about drinking?
Yeah, just fermented. Anything fermented. Yeah. An interesting fact too that the chocolate tea that we sell is also a fermented product, so that's good to know.
Well, chocolate period is fermented.
Yeah. Because of the way they let it set in the cacao.
So yeah, he's talking about doing too much fermented food. Just like anything else, too much is too much. Like I'm not going to eat a whole huge tub of yogurt. I'm not going to do a whole big container of kefir, or I'm not going to eat the whole jar of sauerkraut, because you'll get very gassy and bloaty because you're putting so much beneficial bacteria in you, and they're eating and going crazy in there. You just need a little bit. Like tonight for dinner, I had a couple tablespoons of sauerkraut. He had a couple tablespoons of sauerkraut, and then we had some kombucha. So like when you're drinking kombucha, you don't want to drink like a whole gallon a day. You can have a nice glass or two a day and you'll be fine.
Wasn't that nice? Dawn Hill said she just got here and her AI told her exactly what we've been talking about, even about the cloud seeding.
Oh, are you serious?
You guys better it's a whole new world, man.
Scary.
And they are getting this stuff ready behind the scenes. I try to follow this stuff best I can. I got some inside stuff, one of my, I got a lot of military buddies and whatnots and who that's and how this is. And they said, usually like before any kind of stuff pops off, the brass, they get rid of a lot of brass on the upper part of the military. And I got a story about us getting rid of some military brass. I was going to do a video about it. Leave a comment if you want to know a video about it. They got rid of some upper military brass here. And then I got another story about China just did some cleaning of the house, right? And then I woke up this morning because I was just getting this intel yesterday. I woke up this morning and you guys heard it too. Netanyahu's whole war cabinet, boom, gone. I'm just letting you guys know what I hear, so just keep an eye on it, man. Make sure you're keeping your preps up. Like if you guys like Redmond salt, maybe get a bag of it. If it doesn't go bad, keep it at your house, 25-pound bag. Maybe get several of these if you can.
Yeah, raw honey, go to your
raw
stock
honey.
up on honey. These are things that you could use to barter with that
Yeah.
you will always need.
I would,
like let's say you don't have
I'm
air
not
conditioning.
bartering. Shh, I'm keeping quiet like a mug. I don't have nothing because I want to see how everything goes. You guys just remember how COVID went down and all this stuff. Not be really up front with everything. Be very to the chest. Just see how everything plays out. Okay, stuff's gonna get kind of creepy probably. So just, you don't want to be too crazy with bartering right off and everything. Just let the smoke settle for a little bit.
So we already did our drink.
Yes.
I did my 2 lemons. I put some honey in there. I put my filtered water in there, and that can be it. Okay. So if that's it, and that's all you want to do, and you can put in it, and we put the salt in there too. That can be an electrolyte replacement. You can add things to it. So here, as you can see, I have a ginger nub. It kind of gives it a little punch. I actually kind of like it a lot. So I just kind of chopped up some pieces of ginger. See, I'm just going to put them in there. And then what I'm going to do with this, actually, I'm going to put this in the refrigerator, and in the morning, the ginger flavor kind of melds in there. You can also add, if you have lemon balm, or if you have some peppermint, you can put some fresh peppermint or something in there and give it that little flavor too, and then you're going to get the benefits of the herbs in there as well. And then that way, for your kids, your husband, for yourself, whoever, you'll have this wonderful little electrolyte replacement, just like that. Now, we did a video called Haymaker's Punch. You can also do this same thing by adding, like a 1/4 cup of raw apple cider vinegar, and then you're going to get the benefits of that also. Some people love it, some people don't like it. So you just kind of see, if you don't like vinegar, then you won't want to put that in there. But generally, they do call it Haymaker's Punch because it does quench the thirst because of that tart and sourness of the vinegar. And yeah,
be careful, don't drink too much of it.
Yeah, so this is just a great different, who needs to go and spend money on those Gatorade and the plastic bottles that has flame retardant in it. It's got colors and dyes and all this other junk that we don't need in our bodies. And this way you can make it and it tastes good. Would you like to try some?
No, I'm good with my water.
Okay.
Don't pour that.
I'm going to taste it. Don't think I'm gross. Perfect. Okay, so that's going in the refrigerator. We'll use that for tomorrow on the hot day. So we just made our homemade Gatorade. So you guys can all do this. I mean, it's simple. It doesn't take hardly any time.
And you can just rewind it, get the ingredients, or you can get Stacy's book. She has them in her books and everything.
I don't know if I did this one in my book. This is just a simple, easy one. I don't know if I did this one.
Or you can get some Relight from the Redmond.
Yeah, then the other option, if you don't want to make it, Relight by Redmond, it's in a powder form. You can get it in a little container, or you can get it in little packets where you just put it in your drink bottle, and then you can shake it up, and then you'll just have it with you.
And we've checked into their natural flavors. It's actually the natural flavor of what they're saying they mix it with. Okay, they're not using like chemical natural flavors, and they also have a non-flavored one.
And I get the one that's unflavored.
Right.
So I like that one the best.
Can y'all hit that thumbs up, please? It really helps us out a lot, man, if you guys could just do that free service. And remember, charity starts at home.
So Joseph said that he likes to add cayenne pepper to it. Yeah, cayenne pepper is amazing. And they do say, if you're out in the heat, if you eat, have something spicy when you're in the heat, it helps you to be able to, tolerate the heat better.
Yeah. I don't
know. So tonight we had cayenne, lots of cayenne, and we had taco night tonight. So we had
taco night.
Yeah.
What's for tomorrow night? Taco night?
No, we're not having
What's Thursday night? Taco night?
He's wrong.
Does it have to be refrigerated?
Oh, I definitely would refrigerate it. Yeah. It tastes, it's always good. When it's hot, it'll cool you down. Or put it someplace cool.
Off grid, you can have a refrigerator that runs off of a 12-volt battery. You could have a refrigerator that runs off of propane. You could have a refrigerator that just is regular, runs with your solar power. And if you don't have enough solar power, you can get a refrigerator that runs off minimal power. And heck, there's even some refrigerators that would plug into your vehicle cigarette lighter. So there's lots of options for you guys to keep food cold. Stacy and I have ran through all of them out here on the off-grid homestead.
Well, we started actually just even with a cooler.
Yes.
Which is ice in it.
And just getting ice all the time.
And then
we moved on to the 5-gallon buckets and freezing those just like the Amish do. We even went to the place where the Amish got their ice.
And that was in an old freezer.
And that was like a once every couple day commitment. You had to go all the way over there, get the ice, come all the way, especially in this kind of stuff.
Yeah, you could go. So basically what he's talking about is an old box freezer that was broken that didn't work.
No.
So you get the
I was
box
talking
freezer.
about going and getting the ice.
I know, and I'm saying how we did it.
Every Amish community, they have probably a place they call like the ice house where an English person has like a garage or something set up where they have like 50 freezers in there. And then all the Amish come there to have ice. Like they actually make ice in 5-gallon buckets and sell it to them. Or they have like, they buy their cubed ice and put it in there or make cubed ice in there. And they stash all their food in there and stuff. And this place had like, I mean, they had like 50 freezers going on in there. Plus a place like a wall thing where you buy the ice in the 5-gallon buckets.
So what we're saying is another way, it was just an old broken box freezer. And then
that's where we kept our food.
We would bring
the bucket back here
ice,
to the freezer.
Put it in there, and then you put your food in it, and then it would stay cold. So like in the, you know, if it was just average temperatures, it could last a week, way over a week, or
about
week and a half or two, even
days, yeah.
On a day like hot and humid like this.
Right.
You know, made with a bucket, it might last 4 days.
But that's too when we had the barn was butt naked, remember?
Yeah, it was
so
hot.
It was super hot in the barn. Now, if we put one in there now, it has a fighting chance because it stays a little bit cool in our barn now that we put the spray foam in there and stuff. So that's other things to think about. You know what I mean? Like you could do it, and we could have probably made that system even better if we would have just waited and had it after we had foamed in the whole barn up there because it really stays cool in there.
Yeah, and then we had like an old 100-year refrigerator like you used to see in the shows that you put the ice in and it would melt and then it would go into like a tub. We've done it all.
Type in 100-year-old refrigerator off-grid Doug, keeping ice off-grid Doug, or ways to store food cold off-grid Doug, and you'll see all those videos we're talking about.
Yeah, so we've done quite a few things. So definitely, you know, if you can find a place to keep, some people have like a spring, right? A running spring, and a lot of times they'll make a refrigerator, but they'll keep their things in the water, right? And then
yeah, that's a good place to do it. Or like your pond. If your pond's cold, you just put it on a chain. Zach, our buddy Zach from American Homestead, that's what he did. They had a little pond cut out where they would throw their food down in the pond. So just any kind of way you could keep your stuff cold. The old pioneers would salt stuff and smoke stuff, and they didn't really have freezing stuff. You know what I mean? Like, so dehydrating is really good. If you could dehydrate, that's another good way to store food.
Or even dig a hole in the ground. We did this like, too. Down in our little root cellar. We had like dug a hole and you could put a cooler down in there.
Man, the connection tonight's rough business.
Yeah. Well, because we don't have.
Doesn't mean nothing.
Doesn't make a difference?
No.
Oh. Well,
they can hit that thumbs up though. If they hit that thumbs up, we probably get a better connection.
Yeah, everyone looks like they're having hot weather.
Oh, we're having hot weather.
Deborah asked, does your sheep need salt too? Yeah, the sheep will have, actually, I'm going to tell you, it's amazing. Redmond just came out with a, at Redmond Agriculture with a, oh, I must have it in here, I think. Where is it? They came out with a sheep supplement. So it has some of the salt in it with some bentonite clay and all that. And I'm telling you, when your pasture, maybe it's like we had a horrible drought last year, and that totally saved me. Mm-hmm. When they're not getting everything that they need to get, and you just kind of give it to them. And then in this hot weather, I'll just put stuff like that out, and it's free choice. And my sheep thrive. They thrive in the hot temperatures, if it's cold, because just doing these little supplementations. And the thing is, you get a bag and you just put a little bit out. A little goes a long way because they're only going to lick up what they need.
Y'all, here's the link to Redmond and their agricultural products. You save money when you use this link, and you can go look at all the stuff they have for your livestock. It is a game changer if you guys are managing your stuff out in this heat. So go give them a look. There's all kinds of products. There's the code. All you got to do is, if you click that link, it takes you right there. You don't even have to have a code or nothing. Okay?
Oh, Amelia, it's her first time live. She's been following us for a while. Hi, Amelia.
How long will the electrolyte mixture will stay good? We'll drink it right off.
A few days. The only thing is, you guys know, like when you make tea or you put lemonade, it just gets a weird flavor after a few days. So, you're going to go ahead and drink it. Like if he had a glass, couple glasses, I had a couple of glasses, this is not going to last. Because this is 8 cups. So.
And if you guys just showed up, make sure you go back to the front of this video because we shared some really good stuff about this chemtrail stuff. Now it's like mainstream media. I can't even believe it. Like it's, oh no, that's not happening. Don't believe your lying eyes, to, oh yeah, it's just cloud seeding, to now it's, yeah, we've been doing it 40, 50 years. Don't worry about the barium and all that stuff in the air. That's nothing to see here. On mainstream media now. It's crazy, y'all. Crazy. Soleil is good too.
Yeah, the Soleil is just it's concentrated salt water.
Yeah.
And then you can put a little bit of that in your water too.
Yeah, for sure. And they don't spray the clouds just to bring on storms and stuff. They also spray them to keep it from raining. You know what I mean? Like they have a bunch of different little angles that they can work. And the fake sun.
Oh, and Angela says she's hot here in Jamaica.
Oh, Jamaica, man. You'll be used to the hot, man. Don't you be complaining, none. It's the island.
Yeah, why did you take your braid out?
Oh, because it looked kind of goofy.
Now, I would really be impressed if he could French braid.
Okay.
You don't know how to do that.
That's 4 strands. Come on. I know everything. 3, that's 4. What else you want me to do? I can sing and dance.
You don't know how to French braid?
Oh, yeah.
How? You're not French. That's not French braiding.
Oh, really?
How do you French braid?
Show me.
Well, if I showed you, then you would know how to do it because you can't see. You need to look in the mirror. I'll have to do it. I'll show you when we get off how to do it. That would look weird, a French braided beard, wouldn't it, you guys? If you girls want to know how to make your hair get really curly and look cool, is French braid your hair all the way up here and all the way down, and you'll have these really nice curls in your hair. And then do it when your hair is dry, and then squirt it with like a squirt bottle, and then in the morning when you take it out, you'll have really cool hair.
Look, just as a concerned citizen of America, okay, I got them popping off about this fake bird flu stuff, right? Trying to cull all my food everywhere, okay? That's not how you develop herd immunity, okay? I got Dizzy Joe walking around, spinning around, trying to sit down when no one else is sitting down. I got Trippity Trump running around out there. I mean, you know what I mean? These are my only 2 choices to vote in a country full of bright, intelligent, young people. You know what I mean? We got militaries popping off all over the place. We got Russia off our border, supposedly running drills in Cuba. And then we got a big show of force by the U.S. military over Florida and all over the place down there. And then we got all this other stuff going to Africa, Israel, all this stuff's going on everywhere. The Ukraine scam, all of our tax dollars being diverted over there. Open borders, paying for hotel rooms and giving them siphon money while veterans are, I mean, just as a concerned citizen, you know what I mean? Like prices of everything's really too much. Our food's corrupt. They got the crazy nerd geek scientist fools out of school now with nothing to do, trying to come up with fake food for us to all eat. I don't really like that either. All the while trying to kill off all the regular food. Only 4 meat manufacturers in our whole country, and only 1, I think, maybe 2 are American. The other ones are foreign. We have China owns our largest pork processing plant, Smithfield. I mean, they're buying up farmland next to all of our military establishments, and Trump got a question about that the other day. Dr. Phil asked him, and it's just like, yeah. So, as a concerned citizen, this is just some very interesting times that we're in. You feel me? Oh my goodness, man. That's just what I can think of just right off the top of my head. There's so much going on. My updates on my phone. The phones are acting crazy. Stacy's phone's just ringing for no reason.
Yeah, are you guys getting my phone? My phone,
crazy.
Someone will call you, but it won't tell you anyone's calling you. It just rings, and then you can't answer it because you don't know where it's coming from.
People dying for mysterious reasons and stuff. They're whistleblowers for for Boeing, right? 1 and 2 and 3 all dusted off, finished, killed mysteriously. I mean, all this stuff's just weird. Epstein Islands papers still not released. We don't know who's on the list. I mean, just on and on and on. You know, the voting fraud's still going on and no one cares. You know, this COVID stuff's coming out. People are dying and all this fake, phony stuff's coming out. And we all knew it anyway, but people just went for it. And now it seems like they don't even care, even as the news comes out. It's just like the Truman Show on steroids.
Yes, and if you haven't seen the Truman Show, maybe you might want to watch it. Definitely. Yeah, there's so many movies that are kind of predicting what's up.
We tried to go to Zion and the whole thing was on fire.
Oh yeah, well you guys don't know this.
I mean, this is crazy.
Doug,
man.
we're coming back visiting our the new grandbaby, and we're coming back, and it was just from our journey back. It was maybe not even 30 minutes off our beaten path. So I'm like, I've always wanted to go Zion because we've been a lot of places, but we've never got to go there. And we're like, okay. So I called and got an RV park. Within 10 minutes, we could have walked into Zion from where we are. All the other places are like 30, 45 minutes away. So we get the reservations. We're going. We're getting ready to go there. And Doug saw way off, oh, it looks like there's a fire. And I'm thinking, well, maybe someone's burning something. So we're getting closer and closer and closer. And then we start seeing the helicopters and the planes, you know, putting water down and chemicals down and all that. And so we stop. They stop us at the road, like right over the mountain. Apparently, a big fire broke out, went over the river, was threatening homes, burnt quite a few acres, and was going on. All the electricity was out. And so they said, you could stay here and hang out, but, you know, if the fire decides the wind changes, it comes over, you're going to have to leave your RV, your car, and just take your dog and split, the guy said. So we decided we'd turn back, and then the next day, then maybe we'd come back, but everything was still closed. They had just gotten some power back, like later in the morning, and so we ended up not going. So that was our Zion experience. So we didn't get to see it.
And you guys are going to burn up that west coast out there. Everything's so dry. We were out there traveling around Colorado, all that stuff so dry. Shutting off water to farmers in Idaho, right? Going to kill those guys off. If you guys don't know, you know, these farmers, here's a picture of that Zion action right there. That's one of the
you took
planes.
that. Did you take it?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's Doug live on the scene. They had like 6 or 7 of those planes. They had helicopters. It was all hands on deck, man. They were actually pretty worried about it, really. It was pretty good fire right there. What was I saying now?
Nothing. You were just talking about that. You were getting the picture. Honeycomb Highway says, what do I think about adding a little salt to the shrub? If it doesn't affect your taste, I mean, because you're getting a lot of good stuff in the apple cider vinegar, the raw honey, and your fruit or whatever you're putting in it. But of course, you can add that, get a little bit more minerals in there, just like a little pinch. Yeah, I think it would be great, especially on a hot day over some like sparkling water and some ice. It'd be great.
So basically, we just want to get on here and let you guys know that.
Yeah, could you guys do it? You know, don't try not to be used to getting in the air conditioning all the time and all the time. I mean, seriously, try to maybe see how long you can stay outside. And for us, we'll do all our things in the morning. And like right now, the days are longer. So I'm waiting to do my gardening. Actually, I prefer to do my gardening later on when the sun starts to go down. Like now, I'll go out there and even have my headlamp on at night. And yes, the bugs do come at my face with the headlamp. So I flip it up, so that the bugs fly up there and they won't come in my face, and I can work fine in the garden at night. And I get a lot done at night on these hot days. So you just kind of have to work.
Yeah, she gardens at night.
I do.
Yeah.
In the hot days, it really makes the hugest difference.
Not in the morning, at night.
I do. In the summer. Hot.
And you guys, if you guys can get property and you guys are looking, you know, my 7 Steps to Living Off Grid booklet is a real jammer, so it can help you save a lot of money on some mistakes that you can make. I wrote a little tip book for you. It's the first 7 steps, right, to living the off-grid life. And I have a homesteading one as well. You guys can get those at offgridwithstacy.com. I'll leave a link for you. But get a pond on your property. Make sure you got some kind of water flow, because it's always good to go cool off in the pond, cool off in your creek, you know, cool off in your, you know, river if you got it by you, just something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's no joke. Getting ready to run into June, July, and August, y'all. Suck it up, Buttercup. I'm ready for whatever they got, whatever they throw at us. We can handle it. We are seasoned goats.
Yeah, and then here's the other thing that I do is take a cold shower right before I go to bed at night in this heat. It'll totally.
Yeah,
if you've been sweaty all day long and you go to bed, you're going to go to bed and you're going to be hot.
Yeah.
If you go and just rinse off in a cold shower, it's like amazing what it's like a reset. You push the reset button, and then if you have the cool fan blowing on you, it really works. It works well. It doesn't really make a difference. So, they're kind of like a few little tricks. And in the morning, of course, it cools a little bit off at night. In the morning, I'll go ahead and shut all the blinds, kind of keep a little coolness in here, and then at the end of the day, then I'll start opening things up. So we opened up the windows and the doors and open the blinds now that the suns have moved away, and then it's cooling off just a little bit in here now.
Our elderberry looks like it's off the chain. It's about as tall as the barn, probably 8 feet, 10 feet tall. It's got flowers all over it. Some of them broke because the chickens get on there and try to stand on the stalks. Did you see that?
Oh no, they're all.
I'm
talking about our elderberries.
Elderberries.
Yeah, and a lot of you guys start collecting your elder flowers.
And
find them. Don't just get the berries. You do some elder flowers because it makes wonderful. Dehydrate them, and you can make teas out of them.
And when you do, mark your plants so you can go back and snatch them. You know, like if you're finding them in the creeks and valleys and stuff like that, and put a little ribbon around them, and then come back and get them when they're naked. You did not get notified, TS. I mean, can you even believe it? I can't.
Ooh, my battery's gonna die.
She's gonna die. She's
Yep.
breaking up. You have to scoot it over this way.
I know it.
Oh man, we really try hard for you guys, man. We just want you guys to have news you can use. We want you to grow that food. We want you to take care of your families. We want you to stop co-opting your life out to Caesar. You know, and then if you do, quit complaining about it. Because there is a lot of funky stuff going on right now. Totally crazy, really, actually. Too much to fathom is what it is, to be honest with you. What greens do you suggest for dehydrating for green powder?
Well, you know, if you have, I mean, you can do arugula. I mean, you can do romaine and arugula. If you like, there's lamb's quarter that grows wild. I honestly, one of my favorite herbs that I use because it's so powerful, and the best ones you're going to get are like in springtime, early spring, are your dandelion greens. So I'll go out and get tons of the dandelion greens, and I'll dehydrate those because you're going to get a lot of benefit out of the dandelion greens. But it's really kind of what you have around, you know, like maybe you're growing some sweet potatoes, and you have a lot of sweet potato greens. Maybe you want to put some of those in there. You might want to add a mixture. Maybe if you have some Swiss chard, or you have some, you know, whatever you have in your garden that are greens, you can go ahead and just dehydrate. Sometimes you can even make a mix if you want to do like a Mediterranean mix. If you're growing, you know, a little oregano, you might want to, you know, dehydrate some of that in there and kind of make a green mixture that has some seasoning herbs in there, some basil, some arugula, some, you know, maybe some collards. You know what I mean? You can kind of mix it up, and then that way you can put that in some soups or stews to get the benefits of that once you've dehydrated it. I really kind of like to mix and match. I like to make a lot of different cool herbs. Like tonight on our taco night, I went and I got some cilantro from the garden and some mixed greens that I had growing. I really do like to grow the mesclun mix. It's a mix of a whole bunch of different ones. So I had some baby greens from that, and then you kind of mix all that stuff together. But then I like to use marigolds. So I love to use marigolds fresh on our food. So we have that on taco night, as well as using it in a lot of my spices mixtures that I make. Or you could put it in, like you're talking about your green, if you make a green powder, or just have a whole thing of marigolds, and then you can pop them in some soups or anything and just kind of add some extra flavor, and it's good. Or for a lot of you guys, dehydrate your marigolds and use them, put them in your chicken feed. A lot of these companies will put marigolds in their feed, and that's what makes their yolk that really golden color too. So that way, I thought that was kind of cool. But marigolds are great. That's one of my favorite because it repels the pests. It's great in the garden. It's really hardy. It looks great. It lasts most the whole summer into fall. It grows amazingly, and they do pretty well. Oh, Monica says mosquitoes. I put mint in her mouth, chew it, but leave it on your lips. Yeah. Kanana? I love wooden utensils, forks, knives, and spoons. I do too. If I can find them. Oh, I have. Where's that one? Oh, I don't have it here. It's in our trailer. So here's a wooden spoon. This one that I got a couple years ago. I love it because there's like a little dent right here so that you could set, like if you have tea, it sits right in the cup, in the crease. And then when you want to stir it, you can stir it, and then it sits here, and it works out great. So if you want to stir your honey in there, your maple syrup, or just stir the tea bag, it's pretty cool. All right. Yeah. Gail says chives and cucumbers and sour cream is refreshing.
Refreshing.
Yeah, you can also make a really good like
all
yogurt.
About staying dehydrated.
Yeah, cucumber yogurt soup. See, that's the other thing is like we can't, like on a day like this, it totally changes how you eat. You know.
That's right.
Totally, because I can't just go make pasta or something on a day like this. We'll just die. Yeah, we don't do a lot of hot tea. I'll do a lot of herbal infusions. I'll do things over ice. So I'll get a bunch of my mint, stick it in the bottom of this jar, put a ton of ice in here, and then put some water in here. Let it steep, you know, or like set overnight or just a couple hours, and then just pour it and then drink it, and it's very refreshing. So things like that make a huge, huge difference. But how we eat, you know, we'll have, like I was saying, like a yogurt soup. I'll put cucumber in there, some mint, a little water, and you kind of have kind of like a yogurty kind of soup. I put a little fresh garlic in there, and it's amazing. So that's like a nice kind of cool, refreshing drink. You know, we're getting ready. The blackberries are coming on. I'll do some things with blackberries. I love like blackberries with feta cheese and watermelon. Can make a salad with some fresh greens. That's something that's really good too. And then basically we'll just cook some meat, you know, like maybe a nice steak, some lamb with those cooler side dishes. And then that way it's much easier to tolerate the heat too. Because a lot of times at night, you know, a lot of places do cool off at night, but a lot of times here it stays warm at night, so you want to stay cool. Because if you eat that hot stuff and it's really heavy on you, then you'll keep staying hot and you don't cool down at night.
You guys are going to feel that Idaho thing. So that's what I was talking about. So a lot of people don't understand how this works. These big farmers out here, okay, when you see these big farmers, they go in debt every year to raise their crops. They take out loans to buy the potatoes or the seed potatoes. They take out loans for the fertilizer. Everything is mortgaged and loaned out to the tilt. Now, for them just to come along and tell you, yeah, we're going to cut your water off to all these farms down there, okay, that right there is going to cause a lot of those farms to go out of business. And that's going to cause food prices to go up. You're going to see more food prices going up, I'm telling you guys. It's going to cause a lot of problems, and it's going to cause them to lose their land, okay? And this is all part of the squeeze of you'll own nothing and be happy. And you guys have to understand they're attacking farmers around everywhere. It's not just here. No one's just making this up, right? From the Amish farmers here in America and this raw milk business all the way to the Nettle or whatever his name is. Like he has a farm in Tennessee, and they called his note and ran him off his farm. He's in a big lawsuit battle with them because the ag department is corrupt, okay? All these government 3-letter agencies and 4-letter agencies are corrupt as all get out. They have no accountability to anybody. I have congressmen on video, okay? Our congressmen and women literally saying, you know, what are we to do? Like, we tell them to do this stuff, and then they tell us no. And there's nothing they can even do about it. So that's like what he's talking about, like the shadow government is running stuff. That's what he's talking about, okay? There's no accountability. Those people that you see, those are just puppets. That Tom Massey, he just said it, like all the senators, he said it. We're just there to be the face and raise money for the party and to make votes. This is why we're in big trouble. I'm telling you. All right, Stacy, you know of a good... No, we don't.
Okay, Joe, wait, what is it? Where is that? Richard asked, Grandma hid the wooden spoon very well. Yes, she did, didn't she? My mom liked the fly swatter. How many people had the wooden spoon or the fly swatter? Leave a comment.
You guys are little rookies. We got extension cords, and all kind of hangers, and whatever she could grab. Thick belts. All right, so that's it, man. We were just talking about this crazy heat rolling through. You guys stay hydrated. Make sure you're drinking structured water, which is something that we'll talk about in a future episode.
Well, a Wednesday night for the university, we have.
You still own a poultice thing, so don't get.
I'm going to do the poultice thing, and then Wednesday we're doing the we're going to do structured water. Yeah, and then we will also do something on here too about it for you guys.
If you guys are a member of the university, I have some banger butchering videos coming up. I'm going to butcher a cow from neck to tail, okay? Because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but please do not shoot your animals, okay? It's not the best way to do it. The best way to do it is to from ear to ear and let them to bleed out. That's the natural good way to do it. Then it gets all the blood pumped out and your food tastes better. It's better for them to just... It puts a lot of stress on the meat and all the blood gets trapped in the meat. It's really just not a good way. If you guys see any homesteaders doing that, try to steer clear of that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you want to tell them about eating pig real quick? You want to show them your little video you tried to share with me about the pig?
No, I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, you probably should show it to them.
I don't even know.
All right. She doesn't want to show it to you, but you probably shouldn't be eating no pigs. We don't touch it. But you guys do what you got to do, but don't do it. All right. That's all we got for you guys this week. Anything else you want to talk about? Get your preps. Keep your preps up. If World War III pops off, that's it. There's no UPS showing up at your door. FedEx ain't dropping your stuff off no more.
Remember what happened in World War II?
What you got is what you got.
Yeah, because we're in a whole new world right now, guys.
That's it.
You need to know, can you deal without having air conditioning? Do you have things that you can survive if you can't get it?
This is all for real.
You know, all these things.
This is your survival.
Really, everyone thinks, oh, it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen.
And then it does.
You need to know these things. Get up on your books if you don't have them. Find some foraging books. You know, start getting more stuff. You know, we keep talking about this over and over. But there are certain things that I know I cannot live without, that I know that'll save me. Because some people take a lot of supplementation and all that. Ooh. You're getting a lot of minerals from this stuff.
Right.
You know, so I have bags and bags of this. You know, find your local farmers, get your honey. You know, these things are amazing. Yes. Amazing to have. You know, here is your good homemade electrolyte replacement that I showed you guys how to make. You guys can do all this kind of stuff. If you don't have the lemons, you can put apple cider vinegar in there. If you don't, you can go ahead and add the honey in there, add the salt in there like I showed you, and put herbs in there that you're growing. Don't be so rigid and think, she didn't put that in there, or the recipe that I looked at, that's not exactly what it said. You can tweak these things and put other things that are helpful, and it'll be good. I could also add fresh blackberries. They're getting ready to come. Right now, there's also mulberries out there. You can do mulberries out there. Strawberries, we just had strawberry season. So all these things, you can start popping them in there too and adding all this thing in there. Kids love all this.
Definitely.
And you're giving them something healthy and they're not getting anything bad.
That's right.
And stay away from as much plastic as you can.
Man, they're killing you guys. And we're not talking about like this shipping in plastic like this thing. If you put it in glass as soon as it shows up, this isn't really going to leach into there like that. We're talking about water bottles for sure, getting hot and cold. It's a whole different ballgame. Just use that as least as you can in your life, and when it shows up to you there, get it out, right? And then what somebody just said something here. Dag nabbit.
What? Oh, wait. Oh.
Yes, the insurance companies, you guys are hearing the stories. Insurance companies are now using your phone to monitor your miles and how fast you're driving. They're droning over houses right now, raising people's insurance rates and talking about what they got in their backyard. This could become a fire hazard, and then that's what I was going to talk about. And then they're talking about raising their rates or even dropping them. A lot of people are getting dropped by their insurance companies. And yes, get yourself some long-lasting, good burning candles, and ours are the best. 100% beeswax.
Unrefined beeswax.
They purify the air you breathe, y'all. Look it up. Don't
and it also helps. I can't believe it. It really helps with odors.
And asthmas. A lot of people say they have breathing problems. They put that on. They sleep better. Offgridwithdougandstacy.com.
Well, I wanted to ask everyone a question. So we make these in different sizes. This is the 9-inch Pilar.
That lasts how many hours? It's like
100. It's a long time.
Yeah.
I always forget. It's on the website. We tested them all. So it was like 9-inch, 6-inch, 5-inch, 4-inch, 3-inch. Leave a comment on what size of these Pilars you guys like the best, like that you burn. Because it's weird. I thought, more
110 hours
110
of burn
hours.
time.
I knew it was over 100 hours. So.
And we have emergency candles with almost the same burn time.
Yeah, they burn. Those are really cool too. So we're all stocked up now.
And we hand pour those for you guys right here.
Yeah,
we make those ourselves, y'all. It's cool. At the Missouri Tea Company. That's a little thing.
And the wicks are cotton. They're cotton.
100% cotton wick.
And they smell great. But let me know what size and Pilar you like. So they like that. Some people like the 9-inch.
9-inch.
Because at first, when we first started doing them, I was like, oh, no one's going to like the 9-inch one. And that's the one a lot of people like.
Yeah, they buy a lot, yeah.
So I just want to know, just for us, so we know what you guys like more.
All right, we'll have our copper cups in stock here. Just give me about a week or two, and then we'll be smacking them down.
Oh, Megan's got a good question.
What's a good question,
She wants to know about the chickens, what to do for the heat.
Yes.
Chickens are resilient too, in the cold temperatures and in the heat. The big thing with the chickens, they just need ventilation, just like in the winter months, they need ventilation. But make sure you have water. Now, the big thing in the summer, a lot of people, have the hanging waters where they peck at or whatever. I'm telling you, if you're in the heat, you just need to get those kind of bowls, the big ones, that they can go in and step in so they can cool off. The turkeys will go in it, the guineas go in it, the chickens go in it, and that way you just clean out their water every day, but that way at least they're cooling off and they're in the water. What was that? Oh, it's fine.
Right.
We had a little cat
You ain't bossing nobody around here. Come on, Molly. Do your job up here.
I know I gave Molly a big old bone today, and she ate part of it. It was kind of frozen. I figured on a hot day that would kind of cool her off. So I put her. She was under the back deck and she was chewing on it. I guess she got tired, and so she went and hid it somewhere. Now she's like the boss of everybody around. She was not letting anywhere within like 100-foot area of it. She's chasing the cats away, the turkeys away, the chickens away. And she's like, she's breathing so hard because she's been so busy.
So seriously, guys, stay hydrated. That's the #1 game. Keep your minerals up. Don't drink the tap water. Try to stay off the processed food. All this stuff is working in concert to keep you sick and lethargic and calcify your pineal gland and keep you out of the game, right? We need you guys alive and alert and in the game, right? So we can take this thing down. Come on, y'all. I'm sick of it all already. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to watch my grandkids grow old, have all the same opportunities, and just be left alone. You know what I'm saying? You understand me? You understand me? You probably want that for your kids too. You understand me?
Valerie's funny. She says, I'm 61, and to this day, if someone flies a fly swatter around me, I flinch. That was my mom. I can remember the colors of it and all that.
So you guys just stay vigilant out there. The most capable hand is at the end of your wrist. We got some good videos coming up this week for you guys. And that's it, man. That's really all I got for you.
Yeah, just be prepared because
we're staying fully up on ours. As we're using some of this stuff, we're replacing it right away, right? We're trying to keep our stock stuff really tight right now. Really tight right now. And I don't care where you buy it from, like really. Just make sure you get it and get it good. You know what I mean?
It's really important because we really do live in uncertain times.
Yeah.
I mean, people have said that probably our whole life, but I think these are more.
This is crazy.
These
right
are
now.
much more uncertain.
Crazy train. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's MTK Knives. There he is right there. Thanks for the play, Jose. Just got it in the mail. Everybody probably already lit you up. That's probably why you showed up. Got a couple orders. I might have to shorten this up just a little bit. I love it. It's very nice. It's very clicky in there. Yep. It's very nice. Best knives in the business right there.
Oh, somebody asked the difference between the emergency candle and the Pilar candle. The Pilar's wider. The emergency, do I have
It looks like a big crayon.
Yeah, it's you know, it's just about this big.
Yeah.
It looks like a grape.
It has a little less burning time.
Yeah. But this has got the most. This is the Mac Daddy.
And it does have, you know, it does stand up on its own, so to speak, okay? But just remember, they are candles, okay? No, the beer doesn't make me hotter. That's like a myth, okay? And if anything, it might keep me cooler, to be honest with you.
It does?
That's why the scripture says don't be cutting your stuff.
Well, if you do, we could get it and give you a little bun.
No, I don't need a bun. I don't need, beer buns. We store our salt basically in food grade buckets, or you could put it in glass. That's what we
I have it.
I
have it. Yes, I have it in the glass.
Yep.
I have big gallon containers of it in glass, and then when I'm ready to use it, I replace it and put it in these wooden things. I have 2 of them actually. I use one for the fine salt and then one for the coarse salt. Because I like the coarse salt to put on my tongue if I drink a little water, because it just has a really nice mellow flavor. Or if I'm going to cook meat, I use it for that.
I'm putting the knife link again, mtknives.net. mtknives.net. Okay, copy paste it. Get it while it's hot. Because that thing, oh, I see what it's doing. It's not lighting up. Here, let me give you guys a light up link, because I'm just good like that.
And then Astatine 85 says, could you freeze dry the fermented food and have the same benefits? People do, you know, when you freeze dry it, it's going to keep it intact. So
not an affiliate
I
link.
don't know.
I don't make a dime. Just good people.
I don't know, like, if it loses anything or, you know, anything, but I would think it would still keep a lot of its goodness in there, of course.
Dang, man, I just can't believe, like, all this information coming about, like, all these doctors got paid for giving you guys the shot and stuffing ventilators in your neck. And they don't even care, like, they're so unethical now. It just blows my mind. Like, I don't even know how anybody can even trust those people anymore. It's just, I can't, it's so hard to chew on. We saw it real time, and a lot of people are just trying to move on and forget about it. And I can't, man. They literally took you out. Like they literally propagandized and took people out, man. And we watched it real time in our own country. And around the whole place, if you're paying attention. It was crazy, yo. Crazy. And they're still talking about these internment camps. You know, they're talking about all that stuff still. The stuff is not going away. Please understand that.
Okay, are we good?
We're good. I'm ready to hit the hay. We're going to take a cold shower. And that is it. Yes, American Medical Association's Rockefeller. Rockefeller went in, sold y'all on the petroleum, you know, parents, grandparents. Everybody started getting sick. Then he bought and founded the American Cancer Association. So he could just keep peddling his bull, man. And that's why all these years you guys are walking with the pink ribbon. That's such a scam. Like, all that's a scam. They know exactly what the cause is and how to beat this stuff, and they don't want to, man. It's a big money maker. And doctors that come out with the truth, they get ran out of town, just like COVID. Damn, it's so easy to see now. If you have eyes that can see, if you have real eyes, realize the real lies. And now that we can see, like I can see this, I mean, I saw it before, but now it's like on steroids. I can't unsee it. So it's so hard to, like, operate. You know what I mean? Be honest with you. Yep. All right. That's it. Night. You guys stay hydrated out there. We'll see you at the university. University.offgridwithdouandstacy.com if you're not familiar with it. We have a really banger bunch of group right there, and we're working one-on-one with them, trying to advance them in their off-grid homesteading life and health and nutrition and all kinds of stuff. We can talk about whatever we want over there. And you guys can get some. All right. University.offgridwithdouandstacy.com. All right. And we'll see you guys sometime this week on some hot videos coming up.
All right, you guys.
No pun intended.
Stay hydrated. Make your homemade electrolyte replacement.
That's right.